Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 12. So Module 12 is the last of our poetry modules. You have finished the major poetry assignments, and so this module is going to be revision. Just like we did for the short stories, you will complete a peer edit of one of your poems, somebody else's poem, but one of the poem assignments you will complete a peer edit for, and then you'll do a self-edit for your own poem, just like we did for the short story. So I've got some readings and resources for you, just as reminders how to do the peer edit and just workshops and that kind of thing. So you may want to refresh your memory on them. And then the self-edit questions are specific to your poem. They come out of the experiences, not explanations section on poetry. And so there are 15 questions to answer about your own poem. So you're going to pick the poem that you do for the self-edit, and the peer edit will be the same. And this is the poem that you want to revise for your portfolio. So we are working toward the big assignment for the class, which is the portfolio. That's kind of the culmination project that you'll submit at the end of the semester. And so within that portfolio will be one short story and one poem that you've gone through that kind of extensive revision process where you've looked at instructor feedback and peer feedback and self-editing feedback, and you've made all of these changes to improve it. So these are all questions to ask yourself, just like the self-edit for your short story. Please number your answers. Please write out a full response, even if your response is yes, write it out as a full statement. So instead of, number one being yes, I would write, yes, it is clear to the reader what this poem is about, that kind of thing. So just so that I know that you were actually answering a full question. And then the harder part of this unit, of course, is the peer edit. We're again using the Canvas peer editing tool, which has a lot of advantages for students, and it has some drawbacks. So if you remember, you have to have your draft uploaded by the due date, because that is when Canvas automatically trades poems. And so the advantage is that we won't get somebody, if I'm like automatically assigning or manually assigning students, then there's a chance that you might get somebody who doesn't end up uploading a poem, and then that's not fair to you because you have nothing to look at. So we're just seeing students who have drafts done and ready and submitted. Now, all of these are poems. You're submitting a poem that you've already written and you've already submitted for to be graded. So you are not writing anything new. So you should have no problem meeting this Wednesday deadline if you're paying attention. So make sure that you have it uploaded, and then after Wednesday, April 16th at 11:59 p.m., you will be assigned 2 peers' poems to look at. So if you remember, when you start the assignment, and you add your file to the assignment, I'm just going to choose one of my example essays here, and you upload it, then it gives you that submission details. Yay, we've done the assignment. And over here on the side, it says I have not been assigned a peer review yet because it's not started yet. Once Wednesday, April 16th at 11:59 p.m. passes, there will be 2 student names here. And when I click on their name, it's going to look just like my submission details page, which is the file and then the view feedback. You want to click on view feedback. Some of you are still downloading the file and adding comments, and we don't want to do that because file transfer often messes up, specifically, especially when you're using, track changes or review tools or whatever. It can really be difficult to see the feedback that you're trying to give. So once you have it uploaded, or once you have the view feedback clicked on and you're in the DocuView, you're going to open it up, make it bigger, and then you can leave those comments. So we're expecting comments in the margins. We're expecting, highlighting, that kind of thing. You can use all of these tools. The only thing is if you just add text, I don't know who left the text. It doesn't tell me, it doesn't give me a name over here. So that's the only thing that I don't recommend, is just adding text all the way. I mean, you can use it if you want to, but you may want to leave a comment as well. So once you're done with that, it'll have a show rubric up here, and you'll be able, this is a short story rubric, I'll change it for the poem, but basically, again, you have that option, you'll have a criteria, and then either needs improvement or no issues, and you click on which one you feel best matches that poem, and then you'll have the option over here to leave a comment, and that's the one you have to save. The comments on the draft itself, those save automatically, and the student can see them and view them immediately. The rubric you actually have to save. If you accidentally close the rubric or submit the rubric and it wasn't done, you can always leave comments here in the comment box if you have anything additional to leave. And a lot of students will leave the, I really enjoyed reading your poem type of comment right here. It's kind of a nice uplifting thing to leave. And so that will be the assignment for the unit. The majority of what you're going to be doing is just waiting for your peers' poems to be assigned to you, and then looking through them and reading and leaving those comments. I will say poetry is a lot more difficult to do a peer edit for, and so you might find this one a little bit more challenging, just because if they submit a haiku or something, it's going to be really hard to get 10 annotations out of it. So just be kind of thinking about other things that they could do with it, other things that they could add with it, but that also may dictate which poem you choose to put in here, because if you want some good peer feedback and you've just submitted one little haiku, they're not going to have a lot to comment on. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.